What's going on, everybody? It is Royalty Crypto here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the most valuable meme coin in the space and also the original meme coin in the space, and that is Dogecoin. Guys, Dogecoin just continues to have insane amounts of hype and attention around it. As you can see, we have yet another day of having over $3 billion in total trading volume. That is just incredible. And as you can see here, Dogecoin is also up 11% in the past week. So we are really starting to get some momentum back in this coin, which you absolutely love to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dogecoin chart. Sorry, my computer's being a bit slow today. Any minute now. And there we go. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I think the 1 year chart actually shows us basically everything we need to see here. So back during the previous little mini altcoin season that we had when Trump was elected into office, we saw Dogecoin run all the way up to 46 cents. That was its local top. Since then, it is down quite a bit, got about as low as 14 cents, which would have been an incredible buy during the tariff fears of earlier this year. And since then, we have been on a slight but steady uptrend. And I think that now we are probably getting close to the time when this steady uptrend is going to turn into a parabolic uptrend. And if that is correct, I do believe that we are going to shatter Dogecoin all-time highs, which was, I don't think it fully registered on this chart, but I believe it was 73 cents. I think we'll shatter that. I think we'll get above $1, and I think that we could get to as high as about $1.40 to $1.50. So in other words, if you were to invest $10,000 right now at 26 cents and you were to sell around $1.50, that would be a 6x, so you would turn $10,000 into $60,000. And I do believe that all of this could happen within probably the next 3 months, as long as we get this parabolic alt season that pretty much everybody is expecting. So fingers crossed, guys, because I don't think anybody would complain about those types of gains, as they shouldn't. Also, this doesn't mean very much, but you can see that there is a lot of bullish sentiment around this coin right now, which can be good, can be bad, but I believe that we are only in the beginning stages of this run, so there could be much more upside. All right, let's take a look at a couple different overall crypto market indicators, because I do personally believe that it is important to watch these things. So when you take a look at the CMC Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we are sitting at a 57. Now, if you've been watching my past couple videos, we've gone from a 32 over here in fear to a 57 in a matter of a week. Now, what this tells me is you are running out of time to buy crypto. I know we still have plenty of opportunities in the mid-cap altcoin range, but a lot of your large caps like Bitcoin, Ethereum, even XRP, they're starting to run away. And I don't think that there is much upside left. I mean, there is. I do believe Bitcoin will get to like 150,000. I believe ETH will get to 7,000. But it is definitely getting much more risky to buy assets at these prices now. So, in my opinion, it's not the best time to buy. The best time to buy would have been a month or two ago, or even last week when we were in fear. But it is still a reasonable time to buy, especially if you are in the crowd of people that expect us to get a blow-off top alt season, like I personally expect. All right, let's take a look at one more indicator here, and that is the average crypto RSI. So this is throughout the entire market, not just Dogecoin. But as you can see, we are sitting at a 60.7, which is overbought territory. However, we are not in the extremely overbought territory just yet, which is definitely a good thing. But guys, I would definitely keep an eye on this, and if we do get into the overbought territory, I would expect at least a short-term pullback. Doesn't mean the run's over, but there will be pullbacks in this cycle, so expect that. Don't get scared if we drop 10%. Don't start crying and sell your entire portfolio. That's the easiest way to lose. Okay? So just keep an eye on that and keep that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the liquidation heat map for Dogecoin. So if you're not familiar with what the liquidation heat map is, it's essentially showing areas of which short trades and long trades could potentially get liquidated. Now, the reason that this is important is because exchanges and whales will typically target these liquidation levels and purposely try to liquidate people for their own benefit. So when we're looking at this, we're sitting between basically two major liquidity areas above us and below us. Down here at 25 cents, we have $6.5 million that could potentially be liquidated of longs. Now, obviously, if you're bullish on Dogecoin, you don't want these longs to be liquidated. Also, on the flip side, we have quite a bit of short traders that would be liquidated between the prices of 26.5 and 27 cents for Dogecoin. So just always be prepared for either side. I wouldn't be surprised if we liquidated some longs and took a little bit of a pullback here before, retesting our all-time highs. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised because of how much bullish momentum that we have at the moment if we just go ahead and liquidate all these shorts, cause a short squeeze, and just send us to 30 cents in the next couple of days. But either way, just be prepared for either scenario. All right, let's take a look at the FedWatch tool from CME Group. This is showing the likelihood of a rate cut in October. So as you can see, we have dipped a little bit. Yesterday and the day before, we were very close to 100% likelihood of having a rate cut. We're now down to 94.6% chance, which is still very high, and I still do expect that we will get a rate cut. However, I really do not like to see this dropping. We need to have as much certainty as possible in this market if you want to have an incredible bull run. And the biggest thing that could possibly set this bull run back is if Jerome Powell somehow decides to not cut rates. That would terrify this market and probably send us back into fear or even possibly extreme fear. But I don't think it's much of a concern yet. We'll keep an eye on this in my videos just to make sure that it doesn't dip, below like 90 or 80% or anything like that. But at the moment, it still looks like that is definitely going to happen. Now, when we take a look at the next meeting, now this is very interesting here. That's not right, I don't believe. Okay, no, it is. That's very odd. So this is showing that it's 100% likelihood that we are only going to have one rate cut before the end of this year. Yesterday, it was like an 80% chance of two rate cuts, so that's a little bit concerning. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. We want as many rate cuts as we possibly can. That was actually very surprising for me even just now, just to see that. So that's not great, but let's not worry about it just yet. We need to take it meeting by meeting. October is obviously the more important one. I think this might just be glitching. I'm not sure why this is saying this right now. All right, never mind. We're just going to go ahead and move on for now. The last thing I want to do is just briefly talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been on a phenomenal run over the past week or so. And this is just the one-day chart today. Let me extend that out real quick. No, it's because we're on the minute. Sorry, guys. Zoom out just, okay. What is going on with my computer? There, we'll just look at the 5-day chart. Okay, as you can see, guys, in the last 5 days, Bitcoin has gone from 112,000, in which the couple of days before that was 108,000, all the way up to $122,000. That is an incredible run, just about a 10% gain for Bitcoin, which you love to see. And it really doesn't seem like it wants to stop anytime soon. Now, it will stop at some point. I'm hoping that we at least push past 125,000 and set new all-time highs before it stops. And I do expect that. I think that we could see like 130 to 140,000 for Bitcoin in the next month or so. So yeah, we'll continue to keep an eye on that, but we just look incredibly bullish at the moment. And then the last thing I wanted to take a look at is Ethereum, because Ethereum going up is very important for Doge. because of the fact that Doge is built on Ethereum and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. So anyways, Ethereum has also been on quite an incredible run. Really over the past like 3 to 4 months, we were down as low as like 2,000 maybe just 3 months ago. Yeah, look at that, guys. That was in June. We were sitting at like 2,100 and now we're at 4,500. We've retested the all-time high just a couple times here, and I do believe we're probably going to retest it again. And hopefully third time's the charm, and hopefully we can break above 5,000, and ultimately get to even as possibly as high as $7,000 to $10,000 this year. And guys, if that happens, get ready, because Dogecoin is going to explode. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying this incredibly bullish market. Let's hope these things just keep on going up, and let's hope we get the altcoin season that we have all been dreaming about for basically the last 4 years. At least for me. I don't know how long you guys have been waiting for it, but it's been a long time. Anyways guys, enjoy your Friday night. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.